Hi there. In this video on our web editor tips and tricks, we're going to be talking about how to combine text with a background image or video just to make your presentations look a little bit more professional and a little bit more creative. In addition to the Media Kit, which has a ton of different animated and still image backgrounds for you to get started with creating messages, there's also our free content website, which you can get to by either going to daktronics.com/content, or if you're logged into the Venus Control Suite software, from the media library, you can click this drop down arrow and, and click click on Explore Free Content. That's going to take you to the free content section. That's going to take you to the free content section of our website. There's a bunch of different backgrounds out here, so feel free to take a look and see what suits your place of work most. The summer weather one is picking up. With the weather getting nicer, the summer weather one has been pretty popular lately. So if we click on that one and play this video, that's going to show us some of the different backgrounds that come in this pack. You'll notice the video does mention that this includes 20 full color animations as well as 20 still image backgrounds. Some of the packages out here do have the animated and the still image background separate, so keep that in mind. Another really important thing to note on this website is even though in most places where you see your sign size, it will be listed as width by height. So in this case, mine is 250 pixels wide by 140 pixels tall. Our content website here goes height by width. So if I was looking for the summer weather backgrounds for my display, I would look for 140 by 250. And I can find that right here. If you don't happen to see the height and width of your display size, keep in mind for every option there is a custom size option you can select from. If you don't see the custom size option as one of the first options, go to the last page and look at the bottom, and it should be down there as well. And it should be down there instead. Don't forget on our free content website to create an account using any email you would like, even if it's not the one associated with your Venus Control Suite login. And once you add your content in there, it will get sent to you in an email so that you can download it and choose which backgrounds you would like to upload into your media library. Now, how do we add these animated or still image backgrounds into a presentation in the web editor? If we're back in our media library and we go into the web editor tool here, when you're in the web editor tool, if you need to add in any images or videos that are located in your media library, all you need to do is click the icon up at the top that looks like a piece of paper with the corner folded and has a mountain range and a sun in it. Once you click that, it's going to automatically bring up your media library. You can search for a specific message if you know what it's called, or you can use any of the filters in here, which does include the tags, to find that content easier. Once you do find what it is that you would like to upload, simply click on it and it will bring it right into your presentation. Keep in mind whatever you add into your presentation last will always be put on the topmost layer. So you can see when we added in this background here, we lost our text as well as our time. So how do we get that back? If you go into the Elements tab on the right-hand side here, that's going to show you every element that's in your presentation, which would include any images, videos, text boxes, date, time, or temperature fields, or anything like that. And you'll see that our video background is located at the top here, which means it's on the topmost layer. If we drag that down to the bottom, it's going to put it underneath both our text box and our time. All of the same best practices that we mentioned in the previous web editor video, all of the best practices that we mentioned in the first web editor video also take place here, but sometimes they're more important when you're using an animated or a still image background rather than a full color one. When your backgrounds have different varieties of colors in the background, if you don't have an outline or a shadow behind your text, some areas might be easy to read, but others might be really difficult to read. So that's why our best practices come in handy, and it's always a good idea to add in a shadow or an outline behind your text. Another thing to keep in mind specifically when using video backgrounds is the length of the video that you're using. This video that I have here is 7 seconds long, but if I want my presentation to be longer, I may want to add a second slide to this. But if I want my presentation to be longer, I may want to duplicate this slide and have it go for an additional 7 seconds, or maybe shorten that slide down a little bit, or maybe shorten that slide down a little bit so that the full presentation plays for 10 seconds and it just cuts off the second slide a little bit earlier. If it's just a still image background you're using instead of a video, then the length of time is going to default to whatever it's set up in your display settings, which typically most of the time is for 10 seconds. But keep in mind the video will only play for the length of the video, so that may be where you need to add in multiple slides. Another thing that might come in handy when you're adding in images or videos as a background is in the elements section, the lock icon. That's going to allow you to lock that element in place so you don't accidentally move it around anywhere. We may want to move our text boxes around, but we want that background video to stay in place. So with that locked in place there, we can no longer move that, whether it be accidentally or intentionally, until we click that lock icon again. Combining this video with the first one that goes over fonts, sizes, text boxes, and all of that is a good way to make great looking presentations for your sign. Be on the lookout over the next few weeks. Be on the lookout in the future for our be on the lookout in the future for our be on the lookout in the future for our additional vlog videos on the web editor and more tools in Venus Control Suite.